Right now at 4, mask confusion. LA County takes a step back, asking people to keep their masks on, whether you're vaccinated or not. We'll break down the reasons why.
Plus, warning signs, what a report several years ago said about that South Florida condo, and the desperate search still underway for survivors.
Yeah, but first, 3 children found dead in a house in East LA. Their own mother now under arrest. What neighbors and their grandmother are saying about this tragedy.
NBC4 News at 4 starts now.
Thank you for being with us, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee.
And I'm Carolyn Johnson. We want to get right to NBC4's Cádiz Klemack. He has been in that neighborhood all day and joins us live. John.
You know, guys, from an investigative standpoint, this is a homicide investigation. The sheriff's department is looking into this. It is a murder scene in their eyes, but in this neighborhood and to this family, this is nothing short of a tragedy. Heartache on Ferris Avenue in East L.A. The paternal grandmother of 3 young children found dead in a bedroom, calling it a great loss for their family.
No sabemos la causa ni el motivo, solo sé que ella no estaba bien.
We don't know the motive, she says, just that their mother wasn't well. Sandra Chico, the 28-year-old mom to 4-year-old Mia Camila, 3-year-old Mason Mateo, and newborn Milan Mateas, arrested and in custody on suspicion of murder.
Estaba entrando por una depresión.
The children's grandmother says Chico had been suffering from depression. Neighbors reacting today about the loss of the little voices they say that they would hear often coming from the family's front yard.
They're always having, you know, their little get-togethers or parties. The kids are playing out in the front. It's just a good family.
Yeah, it hit everybody real bad, real bad.
Last night is terrible for my husband and me because I want kids, and the family is very terrible because everybody made together in this patio making picnic and the kids and the jumper.
The cause of death so far is undetermined, and mom's mindset at the time also part of the investigation. Postpartum depression, a common theme among neighborhood theories.
That's something serious everybody needs to look at there and pay attention to, because when somebody has post, you just don't know what's going through their mind.
But for those 3 little voices, their grandmother calls them innocent angels, asleep when their lives ended.
Tenían la culpa. Estaban dormidos.
You'll notice the canopy that's set up outside the family's home. Neighbors tell us that they had that set up actually this weekend because they had a get-together here on Sunday. Right now, underneath that canopy, we've noticed that they've started to set up an altar, perhaps having a vigil for the children tonight. They've also set up a GoFundMe account that they're going to have to use to help pay for 3 burials. Reporting live in East LA, I'm Cádiz Klemack, NBC4 News.
John, thank you. And now to the coronavirus recovery. You might need to start wearing those masks again. LA County public health officials now recommending that even if you're vaccinated, you should mask up at indoor places. This is only a recommendation so far, but it is causing a new round of confusion at businesses ahead of the 4th of July weekend. NBC4's Patrick Healy just spoke with public health officials about this. We will be bringing you that story shortly, but right now we want to get a check of our forecast. Meteorologist Anthony Yanez tracking it all for us right now. It's been hot out there, Anthony.
It has, and a little bit humid too, Carol. And let me start with our First Alert Radar Network. We've been talking about these thunderstorms that can pop up. There's a few out here, and if you move up to the north, here's Fraser Park with a little light sprinkle. But notice what's happening in Tehachapi. 9 lightning strikes in just the past 30 minutes, so some very heavy rain falling down right now. And then you move off to Big Bear and Wrightwood. Around 3 o'clock, we had a couple of lightning strikes, but otherwise things are pretty quiet. There's just really a sprinkle left. And so let me show you what Big Bear looks like. Again, just a little light rain falling down, but otherwise a really pretty shot. Carolyn was mentioning the temperatures. Again, if you're out in San Bernardino, mid-90s. Lancaster's the one spot at 104 degrees, but what you're seeing is a lot of 70s and 80s, 90 degrees in Riverside. And compared to this time yesterday, fairly similar to where we were at this time yesterday, but once you head off into the IE, Lancaster, Van Nuys, anywhere from 2 to 7 degrees lower. So we did see the temperature drop. However, what went up today was the humidity. The dew point is in the lower 60s. Let me explain what that means. That's just the level of moisture that's in the atmosphere. And whenever you get lower 60s, from 60 to 63 degrees, that is definitely a stuffy, humid feel. and that's what we had today. So let me show you what we're going to be tracking for the next several days, all the way through Thursday. So the main area with these storms is going to remain the mountains and deserts, and that's for tomorrow. Dry lightning, downburst winds, that's more of a threat for this afternoon into early this evening. Once we get to tomorrow, there's even the potential of some flash flooding with some of these heavier downpours that are expected. I'll show you where that area may set up and what we can expect for the 4th of July weekend coming up.
All right, Anthony, thank you. Well, number 4, police are offering a reward of up to $50,000 to help find the driver involved in a deadly hit-and-run crash in the West Adams area. This all happened earlier this month. Now, the LAPD just put out these pictures of the car that they're looking for right now. Now, this happened back on June 10th, just before midnight on West and Jefferson Boulevard. Police say Leo DiMiglio was riding his bicycle on Jefferson when a dark-colored SUV with LED lights hit him and just took off. He was pronounced dead there on the scene.
Well, the parents and widow of former Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs filed lawsuits in Texas and California against the team. Those civil suits charged negligence and named the Angels organization as well as former communications directors Tim Meade and Eric Kay as defendants. Skaggs died of a drug overdose in Texas in 2019. Kay is charged with supplying the drugs that caused that overdose. Neither complaint specified how much money the family is seeking. Now, the Angels released this statement saying, in part, the lawsuits are entirely without merit and the allegations are baseless and irresponsible. The Angels organization strongly disagrees with the claims made by the Skaggs family, and we will vigorously defend these lawsuits in court.
All right, coming up, fireworks safety on this 4th of July. We're talking live to a fire chief about the increase in fire and injury calls this time of year.
Plus, grading Southern California beaches. Which ones near you scored the highest in the annual report card?
And at 4:30, it's mosquito season. We're going to tell you which city is getting hit especially hard this year and what they're doing about it.